Hey, it's Kley. Welcome to another video. This is going to be a kind of a review demonstration of this Lovepedal Blackface Deluxe Overdrive. I really haven't seen a lot of information on this pedal on the internet, but Lovepedal kind of runs these flash sales every once in a while on their site, so I picked one up kind of on a whim and want to give a little bit of a mini review and a tone demonstration. So the pedal's pretty simple, straightforward. You've got volume gain, treble, bass. And I would definitely think that it's clear that the pedal is trying to achieve some sort of a Blackface Fender-y type tone, which is kind of intriguing to me because I feel like a lot of the inspired distortions kind of, or overdrives either go in kind of like you get your Tube Screamer mid boost, you get your Klon, your Blues Breaker, and then you've got kind of like the transparent, like Timmy thing. Or then you step it up, you go to like a Marshall in a box, or kind of the American styled ones, maybe like a Soldano or a Mesa Boogie, something like that. Not a lot of kind of Blackface Fender inspired pedals, which I think is really interesting because there are certain tones from a pushed Blackface Fender actually some of my favorite sounds. So yeah, I was really intrigued by this pedal, wanted to give it a shot. One of the things that I really like about it is it has a dual band EQ having treble and bass, which is really nice. And in my experience, that is really flexible because you can also achieve a mid-range control as well. You know, Blackface usually would be relatively scooped, and I definitely have found that with the knobs kind of more straight up or past 12 o'clock, it is relatively scooped. However, you can achieve more of a mid-boost by actually cranking these tone controls down to 0 and then increasing your level to compensate, and you will get a pseudo mid-boost. And actually, I was getting kind of some really interesting mid-push sounds out of this. The bass control is really effective. One thing I will notice about the treble control is it seems to be affecting very high frequencies. So the sweep of the treble control is definitely active and powerful, but it's really just touching high frequencies. So there's always kind of some element of mid-range and upper mid-range frequencies that even if you turn the tone control all the way off, it never gets to be terribly dark. So then about the drive control, I would say that it actually has a little bit more drive than I initially thought. You would think that a Blackface pedal would be kind of low to mid-gain, but it's got a good amount of drive, and it definitely can push as well. And then the other thing that I would definitely notice is as you increase the drive, you really start to get that kind of what I would consider to be more of a quintessential Blackface sound, where the low end starts to get a little bit kind of out of control. And so controlling it with the bass control is really important, but it definitely has that singing character. So I'm actually going to test it with a couple of different amps. I've got a couple Blackface Fender style amps, so stacking the Blackface pedal with a Blackface amp. And then I'm also going to try it with a 5E3 Tweed Deluxe, which would be a very different type of amp to give it some contrast. You know, overall, I guess I would say that I like the pedal quite a lot. And if you're looking to achieve kind of that Rebecca Black Friday, that classic Blackface tone, just pushed, getting into kind of that crank territory, I think this pedal does a pretty nice job. So overall, I enjoy it. So let's go check out the clips now. Thanks.